Good evening. Robyn Dixon has decided to clap back at me for the question she refused to ask. And she said on her podcast, quote, some people show up to BravoCon just to make a moment. That's true. I don't see why anyone would go all that way and spend all that money to not have a moment. The whole reason you're going there is to give the fans a moment. But you see, Rob, you don't know about giving a moment. You know about giving up money. You know about that. You know about how to hand over your money to a charlatan or how to stop a check coming into your house. But creating a moment, unless it's you crying on a curb because Juan don't want you, and that's the moment we've seen you make time and time again. That's the moment that you've made all through this long suffering marriage. But you want to worry about me trying to embarrass you when you're living with Juan. Now you want to talk about making a moment. Now Juan has made several moments on your ass on national worldwide television. But you worried about me making a moment when he's making moments with mistresses. He's making moments with mistresses, but I'm the problem showing up to BravoCon to make a moment. Who else was trying to make a moment with you on the stage? Irrelevant Robyn. Who? I'm here to talk about Traitors, a show you didn't win nor were a fan favorite on. You merely squeaked by because you're forgettable. That's what you are. You're irrelevant, though near or far. I was the only one giving you attention. Something Juan doesn't do, something Andy Cohen won't do. I was giving you that, but you're worried about making a moment. I made a moment with Kyle. She got 2 seasons out of it. I guess you can't get no season, but you showed up for your check. Let's also talk about how wishy-washy your ass is. Now, you couldn't show up for your 10 million downloads because you don't like how you left the show, but you showed up at BravoCon. So that's why Jizzy was pissed because you showed up for a check at BravoCon but wouldn't show up for your friend. And Jizzy keeping your ass relevant. Jizzy and me. You're late. What's going exactly? Um, Rob decided to clap back at me and talk about my question on her podcast and still not answer it and say some people show up to BravoCon to make a moment. Like that's a bad thing. And you are one of the most momentless heifers of our lives, of our time. You are off the show. Who's asked for Rob Dixon back? I mean, Andy probably asked for Juan. But who's asking for Robyn Dixon back on the show? Who's saying they missed her contribution? We talking about everybody else but Rob. Stacey came in, we forgot who Rob was. Rob, you were robbing another woman of the opportunity to hold a champagne flute. I don't have a cookie cutter life, and I don't apologize for it. You have a boring life, and you don't need to apologize for it, but you don't need to thrust it upon us. Juan wants to cheat on you in peace. He don't need to cheat on us too. Name three. Ooh, thank you. I was gonna bring that up. Name three Robyn Reeds. I'll wait. The only time I can remember Rob getting activated was when she was trying to get with that Umbrella and Monique. Remember, that was the only time Rob got activated. Other than that, she sits on a curb and weeps And Iyanla told us, you go in the bushes for that. Stacey made us forget about TJ. Oh my God, she really. I got to give you that. Stacey has played the press game and she knows how to answer it by shutting it down. And it's like, well, you'll have to ask him. And he's not here. Or in the dirt. Starless, androgynous Robert Dixon. Femininity. I mean, she's giving us femininity. But I swear, somebody like you were coleslaw at BravoCon, like your coleslaw in your marriage. You were a side dish. You weren't on the Potomac panel, even as the old shoe of the show that you are, that's in the back of the closet. That it's like I forgot all about you. That's Rob. That should be Rob's middle name. I forgot all about you. Rob, I forgot all about you, Dixon, because we forget all about you. Was nobody checking for you on that traders panel? Nike wasn't checking for you on that traders panel. I actually came and asked you a poignant question to give your ass a moment so you could get back on Bravo. And this is the thanks I get. An unnecessary extra. Rob Dixon. You need to count your blessings. I didn't ask you anything rude, like how do Juan's messages make you feel irrelevant in your own marriage? Or are you happy they've taken the heavy lifting off your hands? I didn't ask that. I didn't ask, what is it like to watch your man be intimate with another woman on television? I didn't ask that, but I could have. I would have asked, why did you leave your best friend in the lurch and you couldn't show up to her for one work day? As trifling as you are, because that was trifling. That was trifling. Just and it also it shows Giselle ain't got no pull because she couldn't get her an episodic fee. She couldn't even get Rob a day. Me say day, me say day, me say day. The day rate come, Rob don't wanna go home. You couldn't even get that for a day rate. Is Juan coming? Of course not. I mean, that was your husband and that was your storyline being consistently abandoned. I show up and give you a hot cup of fresh attention, and this is the thanks I get for asking you something poignant and meaningful, asking you how you've grown and changed, asking you what you truly think when you look back at your life, which is what you're on here sharing. Don't nobody care about Traders. Traders is a spinoff after show of the stars who share their lives. Don't act new. If you work in publicity, work is a strong word for you. A hot cup of fresh attention, honey. What nobody who was thinking about Rob before I asked this question. How was Rob relevant? Who was looking up? Don't make me ask Google who was looking up Robyn Dixon prior to BravoCon. I'm gonna look it up. They threw her a bone with traders. Her creditors were. I bet you a fat man, bet you a thin one, that when she signed to do traders, they probably said, hey, you're going to have to go to BravoCon. We need people to represent, we'll throw some per diem and an appearance fee. And here's the thing, even though Robyn is married, Juan's not going to miss her for a weekend. You think Juan's gonna miss her? Juan is happy that she's out of the bed, out of the house. He probably airs out that bedroom. You know, with Rob laying in there, how tired it could get. Not shower, just say laying in bed with yesterday's pussy till 1 p.m. Ooh, Lord, open a window, crack a window, crack it. She had a nasty attitude with it, talk about, I'm here to talk about traitors. I mean, I asked something so damn left field. Oh, you have to go, but you love what I talk about, Rob Dixon. At least I was giving her something to be worth talking about. I gave you a moment. You want to talk about making a moment. You don't have the makings of a moment. Ask your husband. Juan is with Ashley's ex-husband right now. I swear, Juan cares more about Michael Darby than he does about you. I bet you if you go whine to Juan about what I asked, he'd be like, well, do you? Well, do you? She might be mad about me saying she had ramen noodle hair. You know, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. But she couldn't recognize me. She couldn't recognize me. If anyone has a Robin Reed they would like to share, please join us. Please join us if you have a Robin Reed you'd like to share. Is she still selling those caps? I imagine. I mean, but women still need silk line caps, so there's a market there. I'll say this: the way men go through do rags, she'd be all right. I should have asked her about her caps, but she didn't have a booth at BravoCon. You know who else didn't have a booth? And the first day at BravoCon, I just spent wandering around the booth section for a good hour and a half, and I went into every booth and I talked to every person that I could, on staff and off. And I asked with sincerity and earnestness, where is she by Sheree? Where is she by Sheree? Because they got a big old poster of Sheree in orange with the gold wrap on her head. They had her out front, honey, on the tent pole. It was beautiful to see a black woman up there. They had her, they had bows. They leaned on their diversity on them pictures. It was interesting to see because it's like, hey, where aren't you got nobody from Southern Charm up there? But all right, I see what you're doing. But what I didn't see was She by Sheree. Now, I want a show of hands. Do you think that she has left those dusty book bags in a storage somewhere where she's no longer paying for it and we're just going to wait for an episode of Storage Wars for the last of that line to be auctioned off? Still in the workroom. Now, here's something else that was interesting. And it makes me wonder. Kate Michelle wasn't at BravoCon or mentioned at BravoCon. Like, I don't remember seeing her in what they have shown us of Atlanta. Maybe I need to watch it again. There was a lot going on. She sold out to Sheen. House of Darion, another failure, but we'll wait to bring that up for Pop Roast tomorrow with Chris. I want to talk about House of Darion with him. And also why Ivy Park, but I want to say why I think Ivy Park didn't work. It was ugly. I think that's why it didn't work. It was, she was trying to be fashion forward, and she's never been. She's never been. And you could really see her style in that line. You could tell she worked on it herself because you could see her mother's influence. It's just that's not what people want to wear in public. In public. And no matter how much people love Beyonce, they're like, I'm not putting that shit on. If there is one thing Robyn Dixon has done, it's flop. And if there's one thing I have consistently done, it's go to BravoCon and make a moment. That could have been your foray back onto the show. But instead of throwing your best friend under the bus, giving yourself a storyline, you chose to cop out and cower and say, I'm here to talk about a show where I was again forgettable. Forgettable. What do I think of the Housewives of Beverly Hills trailer? It's not giving. I will say Beverly Hills. I think I don't want to say it's going to be dry. We've got the demise of Kyle and Dorit's friendship. Sutton is going to be, now that Kyle's on the outs with Dorit, Sutton's going to be brought in. We have Erica Jane, looking for another bidder, looking for another bidder. We have Bose. I'm interested to see Bose without Garcelle. I will say, like, and honestly, you know what? This is a really interesting observation, and this was true of Nene. And I will say, I feel like it's true of Garcelle. When they were done with like being on the show, they were really done with it. And then it like made it not as much fun. Like, I mean, you saw Garcelle's outfits. You saw that red wig. You knew her ass was going to work and nothing but work. And that kind of takes you out of it. So I'm like, both puts on some fun clothes. So I'm interested to see her actually want to be there. Have I spoke about Candy and Todd's divorce? Every man wants a woman. Um, I mean, we'll talk about it on Pop Rose, but this has been out for a while. Uh, I I blame Heifer. I did talk about it. I talked about it on Patreon, where I went in on Heifer Joyce. Did Ashley have something done to her face? Yes, age, and she's trying to stop it. So we don't really know what's going on, but something. A- Ashley said she wants to be a respected singer like Mariah Carey. She didn't say that. Or she said that just because it's funny. I mean, you can't write a song, and Lord knows you can't sing a song. And I want to know who keeps booking her because she's getting performances at Five Below. She's filling up city wineries. Like, who is showing up and paying $45 with a two-drink minimum to add to her coffers and to laugh at her. Like, well, you know what? I went to see Luann's Cabal, and it was a fun time. Now, Luann cannot sing. It would be a fun time. If I put on a concert from the streets of New York all the way out to Vegas, I'm not the best singer, but you know you would have a good time. Rob the Throb did not show up for that podcast money. And well, she didn't leave money on the table. I don't think that Giselle had enough pull to get Robin a day rate. And for Giselle to say Rob didn't show up because she didn't like how she left the show, that lets me know she regrets getting fired because she told her business about JUAN behind a paywall. Paywall. Candy henpecked the fuck out of Todd. I will also say there is the unfair pressure that was put on Todd to go back into the 90s economy and become a hit songwriter so he could be Candy's $40 million financial equal. I think there was that as well. Todd made damn good money. And just because Candy had more, it negated that. It eclipsed that. It wasn't like, look at all the shows that we love that Todd has produced. I'm sure Todd ain't broke. I loved Hollywood Divas. We all did. We loved R&B Divas. Him and Carlos King were the hit factory for a minute. And then he went and opened up, they had restaurants that were tourist traps. So they were only supposed to be on as long as the show was on. That's how I don't live in Atlanta. And I can tell you that's how Atlanta works. When you're the hot new thing, you open up a restaurant, it works for 5 years, you make your money, and then it closes down. Exactly. People try to make Todd look like he was a bum. The man was working for Bravo. The man was working in a good job as a producer. And then when he got with Candy, did he sit on his ass? For at any moment, was Todd on his ass? When shit went south with Carlos King, he left television alone and started doing the live events. They were on Broadway. They wouldn't have had OLG, and Candy was able to bankroll a lot. Todd knew the logistics. He knew the logistics of things. He knew who to call, who not to call, who not to hire, what permits you need. Like he was able to bring vision to life, and that is talent. And also, Candy would never be with a man that wasn't trying to improve his situation. And that is what everybody now wants to say about Todd is that he was trying to improve his situation. Like, one, who the hell is? Two, that's what Candy is attracted to, someone who is trying to improve their position. So it's a catch 22. Either he ain't trying to improve his position, and that means he is kind of with you to just, hang about, or he's trying to improve his position, which means you're a part of that. And that's what you want. Like, we're going to do this together. I think Candy started pushing him too far the way she would handle situations with Heifer Joyce. She did nothing but let her mom disrespect him and his mother. And I mean, when y'all like the fact that it didn't stop at the first child and nobody went to therapy, and I'm sure Todd's feelings felt disregarded time and time again. I couldn't imagine having a Heifer Joyce in my life. I couldn't imagine. But who has a read for regular Robyn Dixon? Shimmy on in the room. We've got some time. It's after Thanksgiving. Porsha is currently in a lesbian relationship. I mean, wasn't she with Cordell? Oh, thank you, 624. Rob the Throb's time on Traders was like her marriage, boring and clueless. At least Wands could go get those cheap sheets changed at his special laundry. Cordell was a lesbian. I mean, he got on live, or not live. I want to know who Cordell was calling when he was tooting that ass up. Why did Cordell feel the need to put his fat ma on camera? His fat ma. That image is burned into my. It was just tooting because the way he was tooting, as someone in bussy business, I was like, oh Lord, he gonna spread them cheeks and wink it. He gonna spread them cheeks and wink it. And I know that footage is out there. I know you ain't just tooting it just to toot it. You spreading it and winking it too. We just ain't got the footage yet. We ain't never heard from him. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, that was funny. Oh my God. Those were the golden Cordell Stewart's fat mom. Robyn Dixon is the cutest stud I've ever seen. Shaking it like little fizzle pop. I haven't heard or seen one person with those hats. Robyn said she was diagnosed with ADHD. Okay, everybody has that. Pearl Boom. Didn't Cordell have hips? And they didn't lie. Where is she by Sheree? What kind of ADHD she got? You know, Sheree can't afford them tariff prices. She by Sheree. Here's the thing with She by Sheree. So at 2023 BravoCon, She by Sheree had a booth and she was selling $300 duffel bags. She was. Um, and when I saw her this year, she like made sure like I got a picture with her. Sadly, none of them turned out good, but yeah, that was classy of her. But this year, like there was a lot of stuff at that booth where it's like, Carly Red, how'd you get in here? Um, there was enough stuff at that booth where it was like you'd figure she'd have one next year. And no, no. So like Cynthia did with her bag line. I didn't see Cynthia's bag line. Did I see Cynthia's bag line? I forgot to look for Cynthia's bag line. Like I forgot to look for Rob Dixon's caps because Cynthia actually isn't forgettable, but her line is. Cynthia Bailey eyewear is a little for you like, oh yeah, like the Bailey agency or like the wine bar. Did we go to her wine bar this year? Sheen by Sheree. That is kind of sad that nobody has been able to make other than Candy their venue work as like a creative space where housewives shit is shot. Like I mean, Kenya might have had that, but she had to ruin it by, let's say it together. One, two, three. Bringing a sexually explicit photo of a coworker into a workplace at 54 in 2025. A sexually explicit photo of a coworker into a work. I just, I love that I was able to break it down like that, where it's like, oh yeah, that's never gonna fly. Porsha hairline and sheets. Robyn isn't still flipping houses. Giselle thought of that by poo-pooing that business on air. Mariah Huck has a co-working and filming space. But the way there was a clip of somebody asking Simone and Jackie about Mariah, and the way Mariah said, or the way uh, Simone kept Jackie quiet, they they're like because we don't know what happened behind the scenes. And I could see Mariah being exhausted, like Nikki Gilbert, like a light skinned Nikki Gilbert, a non singing Nikki Gilbert. They don't want Mariah. They don't like that woman. Like the energy change. They don't like when you got to keep Jackie quiet. When those roles revert, they don't like that woman. And I'm like, what the, but also Simone and Jackie, because I will never forget when I saw Simone give her most turtlesque expression. Um, and I realized Simone is the man. You know how you can just tell by people's facial expressions. I could tell in that moment when Simone tried to give that solemn turtle face that she was the mastermind of getting Mariah out of the group. The way she said, then I guess we're going to ask Mariah to leave this group. And the fact that it was her that got to she wanted to be the one to say it. Like Joan Crawford wanted to be the one to accept the Oscar for Anne Bancroft to say F you to Betty Davis. The fact that like girl, I mean both like I just have been happy with Pepsi Cola, but that's me. That's me. I would have been happy at the board. Simone is a sneaky snake. Yes, she is. Jackie and they are not saints. I want to feed Jackie a fried chicken plate and a milkshake. I would never waste such a delicious meal on a woman with no taste. Because Jackie may think she's eating by not eating, but it's giving disorder. It's giving a disorder. What's Robyn doing now? Let's see. She's got a family size bag of chips. One hand, one unmanicured hand is in that. I would say it's 10:09 p.m. So she's been in the bed since 7. Windows shut. And then she's asleep with her other hand on the remote or the phone. Does Robyn cook? No, she said on the show she be feeding them kids Chick-fil-A and ordering DoorDash. She's on her Lisa Baller. If it wasn't for Juan, those kids would be sickly and have rickets. Robyn is enjoying her new lazy, not a lazy boy. Rob's farting in her lazy boy. Get one hand in a bag of family sized chips and just farting in the lazy boy. It's Saturday night. Did anyone ask Heavenly about her son's assault charges at BravoCon? No, because I asked Dr. Simone, do you allow Cecil to make any more financial decisions after wasting 24,000 of your dollars on Kids Force? And the way contestant just looked and went, I cracked Contessa up. And I'm telling you, when I thought of Kids Force, I thought of you. I said, this is what they deserve. That was my proudest question this problem. I was like, this is what they deserve. Closure about Kids Force. She saw you and they were like, oh no. Heavenly saw me and she was like, she was probably happy. She was like, oh, thank God he didn't ask me. Thank God he didn't ask me nothing. She needs to answer for get Tesla hit the floor. Um, what did she say and how did the room go up after? Well, so everybody was happy that I asked that question, and Simone was very graceful, and she did what you're supposed to do. She said, my husband is very successful in real estate and he makes all of our financial decisions. I'm very proud of him. But when I want to buy a car, I will buy a car because mama works for herself. How hard was that? How funny was that? Like, you understand it's a shady question because funny, shady shit happens on the show. You're on a funny, shady show. This is not, a show where that is the meat of the show, shading each other. When you tell people, you know who I am. Heavenly was demoted to friend of the show because she's running for Congress. And because of just like broadcasting laws, when it comes to politics, you can't like. Have we ever had a political reality show? I don't know how that would work because it would come across as promotion. Like that doesn't. You can't do that. Like that's why the rules for debates on TV and political ads are so strict and stringent. So I think that's why she had to become a friend of the show because they can't have a main cast member as a reality star marketing. And we've seen what happened with that before. I don't think doing it again is going to fix things, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm glad I don't live in her district, so I don't. My thoughts on whether or not I would vote for her are irrelevant. She is really running for Congress. And she is doing interviews saying she was called to do this. And wait, hold on. Hello. Hey, Jesus. How are you? Uh huh. Really? That sounds like a lot. Oh, you want me to go where? Uh huh. Okay. I can do that. I can do that. I was honestly planning on it anyway. Okay. All right, hon. Okay, well, I'll talk to you soon. Not too soon. Okay. Bye. I mean, Jesus just asked me to run to the store to get some bagels and salmon spread cream cheese for brunch tomorrow. But really, Jesus called you to run for Congress? You, but we can tell by your body and BBL, you've never run in your life. But now you're running for Congress. Mhm. Mhm. Honey, everybody said Arnold was like the worst governor California ever had. I feel like that's exactly why you shouldn't do it. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Sing it. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. New world. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Use that popularity to platform someone who knows what they're doing. You already get enough of a high off of being a reality star. Lord, give you some actual power. We don't know what type of bullshit will go through that brain. I'm sorry. Politics corrupts. Wants to insider trade legally and wants a lifetime pension. She's strategic. Damn. Damn. Not a lifetime pension. Heavenly Kimes is unhinged. She doesn't run, she rolls down. She'll pay for your veneers. What happened with her dating app? What men, what men, what men are going to get on Heavenly's dating app? What men, not what women, what men? What men are going to look at Heavenly on the face of something and say, that's a wife for life? What men? What men? What men? What men? I want to know what man, what man, what man, what man, men, men, not what women, what man. Because she can find some women. I want to know what men. Because I'm like, I may not be in the heterosexual business, but I'm telling you, I just don't see anything Heavenly putting out there really stirring up the heterosexuals. I don't see them just the dating app. What was it called? That's right. She's a certified relationship coach. She gave herself a title. She was a certified relationship coach. Now, this is, in our printer days when you could print out a certificate of anything. I forgot that she is a certified relationship coach because remember when her and Lisa Nicole Cloud married to Mr. Darren Nago. Yes. Darren Nago. One Mr. Darren Nago. Darren Noggles, I swear. But yes, when they were doing the women's empowerment, and are we still brunching and overpaying for it? Well, that's right. Atlanta still exists, so we are. I have seen, sadly, the rise And what I now feel is we are in the fall of brunch. Brunch used to be fun, inexpensive, and you had a reservation or you just went and it was fine. Now it involves a 45-minute wait, like where go, like people still go to church and we're going out after church. Like what is the why are we waiting? Why can't we just have it together? All these places are still open. What's going on? And then everything, then the food is just terrible now. Everything is overproduced. Sunday is overproduced food day. It can't just be chicken and waffles. It has to be a strawberry shortcake waffle with a Hennessy chicken glaze over with a chili infused syrup. Everything's got to be infused, and infused to me can be bad news. Sometimes I just want the regular damn flavor. I don't need hot honey. I just need maple fucking syrup. How about maple syrup? Like the tree made it. The tree cooked it. The tree infused it already with maple. God infused it. Try that. All right, Darius. Oh, Darius, oh Lord. Can't have nothing. It can't be just a regular Belgian waffle. They got to put some shit in it. I don't want it like buttermilk. Put buttermilk in the waffle. Why don't we just enjoy the flavor of the buttermilk and the waffle and the maple and the syrup? And then regular fried chicken. It doesn't have to be coated. It doesn't need an extra crust. It doesn't like, why does it have to be new on Sunday? Just give me regular Sunday fried chicken. Just regular Sunday fried chicken. I don't need drunk chicken. I don't need my chicken on Hennessy, on Don Julio. I want my chicken to have gone to AA and gotten its life together. One of Heavenly's men followed Quad what into the restroom, but she's a relationship coach. Infused with Henny equals Darius Cooks. Darius, I think I know who Darius Cooks is, but I am not throwing shade at him because all over all over the South, I would say, I'm sure they have it in Philadelphia. I just haven't seen it yet. But this Hennessy syrup, this Don Julio syrup, I'm sure they got a Jerk syrup. Like I don't want alcohol infused chicken. I don't want Crown Royal chicken. I don't. I just want a regular, dry, fried chicken wing. Like, out like you took it out the grease, it dried on a paper towel. That's what I want. That's what just regular fried chicken. Sober chicken. Ace of spades chicken. I don't need champagne syrup infused. There we go with the infusion. Yeah, VSOP. Hennessy and lemon pepper. I don't need lemon pepper. Lemon pepper. Like I have enjoyed a lemon pepper wing and will continue to do so. But when I want chicken and waffles, lemon and maple and pepper, when they meet, it's like Porsha and Kenya. They just don't work together. They don't work in harmony. And it's not enjoyable for anyone around. So again, I just want a regular batter the chicken, fry it, put it on the paper towel, let it air dry, let the grease drip off, then drop it on a fresh made waffle and call it a day. A day. They have infused Chinese food. Exactly. Enjoy lemon pepper wing. Lemon pepper wings are at noon. Chicken and waffles, 10 a.m. Portia's specialty. So Porsha is now dating a woman because every man wants a woman. And I feel like when you have dated every man in Atlanta publicly, not every man, but you've been a lady about town. I I'm a wish you well. I you know at least she is open enough to say, you know what, puss. She realized I am attracted to what isn't functioning for me. Maybe I should try this over here. And I'm all for it. I think it is beautiful. I love the story of a late in life lesbian. Because it's always like, and now it makes sense. And now it makes sense. Crown Royal Chicken, Lima Ritas, and Found Four Locos. Who would I like to see on the next Love Hotel? Oh, that saying, I would like to see the next Love Hotel. And like, that is just a painful thought. I found Love Hotel to be dry. Sharon is just insufferable. Like, and the men were so, they're now, some of them I was like, okay, I like, you know what, you've got to have spark. You've got to have spark. And a lot of the guys, it was just giving the inauthentic and produced. And we're trying to come up with something while, we figured out that we can't air that Carolyn Manzo shit. It was bad because the men were horrible. And that's the thing, like, quality men don't go on shows like this. And especially with like what like it is just because you're here for an ulterior motive. Women don't want that. So I and they talk about, like, production talks about how very difficult it is to get men for shows like this because they're like anybody decent, they don't want to come on. It gave half baked. It really did. Um, the host was, I think it would have been smarter to have a housewife as a host. Like, maybe I think like Luann should be the host, or maybe Giselle, like one of the girls that's like already done it. Now they can be the host. Trader starts in January, which will be upon us soon. What about the next Queen's Court? I could not get into the King's Court. I tried, I couldn't do it. I always miss the Queen's Court because I can only do things like one episode a week. I can't do a whole series at once. I mean, I could, but it's a lot. Portia is now scissoring and bumping pocketbooks, but let's hope she's not losing change. Also, Portia is attracted to stability, and a stud will pay them bills and keep that credit right. without a whole bunch of rigmarole. Did I enjoy Celebrity UK Traders? I haven't seen that. I said, I'll look that up and see if I know anybody. Yes, Porsha hard launched Lesbonics today. Traders, the Celebrity Traders. Okay. Oh, who are these people? A group of celebrities. Okay, Tom Daly from the Olympics. Um, I think I recognize the is that black woman the newswoman in the UK? I think she's the newswoman there. I don't know who the master of castle is, but I don't. Okay, I think I've seen him before. That's the thing. Like for it to be celebrity, they have to be a celebrity to you. These people aren't famous to me. The celebrity traders. And then Traders UK and Traders NZ. So yeah, that was Celebrity Traders, but I don't know the people. Erica has a sponsor, and I am happy for her. But a white woman will always fall and land on her pocketbook. We don't know if Jen Shaw is coming back or not. Oh God. Did some acting and recognized the older lady from so many videos. Phaedra was fired. Personalities or celebrities, big difference. I suppose. I don't know. I feel like Kim Kardashian has permanently blurred that line. They will milk the Jen Shah story. Oh, the Ray J live. I just that's what this is now. Like I just decided I wanted to talk about Juan Dixon and Robyn Dixon instead. Peacock needs to. They do need to start airing the episodes simultaneously. She did Marigold Hotel. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm not worried. I'm not worrying about her. I don't care. I don't care. I don't have the energy. Ray J does need help, but we're going to talk about Ray J on Poppers. I wanted to roast Rob Dixon tonight. Peacock needs to be free. I agree, but they have to figure out a way that actually works because apparently streaming doesn't make enough money to make decent shows, which is why we're in this glut of creativity right now. Ray J did give Unhinged, but I guess we've given a good hour of regular Robin reads. And so I just hope that she focuses on the man that has embarrassed her for the past 20 years, the man she bankrupted, and stop worrying about people trying to give her what she can't give herself, a moment.